What's up, y'all? It's your man G-Way holding it down, G-Way Podcast. And you know what it is right here, Simply Connect ATL at the lovely Aloft Hotel. And like I said, we always sitting down talking to the stars and celebrities, a.k.a. the businessmen and women of Atlanta, doing what they do, all in the city, outside the city. Other states come through and just kick it and mix and all that good stuff. And sitting with me to my left is Erika French from Joe Stockdale Real Estate. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing well. Now, we talked a little bit off camera, and
yes.
we were talking about, you coming over and getting on the podcast. And you said, well, I just got into real estate, and I said, well, this is a good perspective because a lot of times I'm sitting down with people who've been doing it for a while, so they got their perspective
they know what they're doing.
From.
Okay.
So it'd be good to get the quote unquote what we want to call you. I don't want to say the novice because I know you're
totally novice. I'm totally novice. The amateur. I'm not
amateur.
A veteran. I'm not a vet
yet. How long does it take to become a vet?
I don't know. I don't think even the people that have been in real estate long enough are veterans. So I don't know.
Gotcha.
But it's been wild.
Well, let me ask you this question first. What prompted you to want to get into real estate? What's the background?
Okay, so my stepdad's a broker.
Okay.
And he was like, I think you'd do really good at real estate. So I just moved from Canada.
Oh, that's what's up.
I lived in Canada for 20 years.
Okay.
And I just moved back to Atlanta last August. And I was in the fitness industry. I owned a gym, and I needed a career change. So my stepdad was like, hey, I think you make a good real estate agent. He's like, you're attractive. You can talk to people.
The personality.
Personality.
Right.
I'm like, okay, I'll try this out. So I got my license in January of this year.
Okay.
And I joined another brokerage. Okay. And then I joined this one shortly after. And it's been great. It's been really good. But it's been a learning curve. But yeah, so that's kind of how I got into real estate.
Gotcha. Now, was it intimidating when you were going through the process of, becoming a realtor, learning all the tricks of the trade and, because I actually went through training myself.
Okay. You got your license?
I did not get the license.
Okay.
I
studied?
I was interested in it. I took the class and went through the whole process.
Why didn't you get your
I was just interested in how it all works.
Okay.
The inner working, so that it's almost like, when you go to the car mechanic, you want to know what
you're
they
doing.
know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that's kind of like what I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's nothing like what you learn in the books.
Gotcha.
Nothing.
Okay.
So you learn more hands-on. So I prepped for the test. I failed it the first time. And then I got my license, and I just basically was like a fish out of water. I didn't really know what I was doing.
Right.
It's kind of you learn as you go. People don't tell you certain things. I watched a lot of YouTube videos. Watched a lot of different real estate agents talking about the business. Okay. And you never really know until you get into it.
Gotcha.
And it's a wild industry. It really is.
Now, so. But, being new, you didn't get a mentor or anything to kind of walk you through and hold your hand in the process?
So it's funny you mentioned that. I had a mentor at the first brokerage I was at. Okay. But I didn't really like the vibe that was there. We didn't really gel. We didn't mesh. Okay. So I ended up going to Joe Stockdale. And I was kind of thrown into my brokerage, so there is mentors there, but I have to utilize that program. So I'm still kind of working on getting a mentor right now, but we have 100 agents at our brokerage, and there's coaches there, so I have all the help that I need, but it's just more so dealing with different experiences and different people. And Atlanta is booming right now. Everybody's moving in from Atlanta. Absolutely. There is no homes. The inventory is its lowest it's ever been. Wow. And there's nothing for sale, and so you have 5 buyers for one house, and that's 4 people still looking for a home. Yeah. Right?
So now let me ask you this: what kind of encounters have you had so far? Because you were talking again off camera. Let's talk scammers. Let's talk, people who run you all around the city and still don't buy.
Oh my gosh! Okay. So all right. So I had this one buyer. And we're in Alpharetta, okay? And the house is up there. I mean, they're going for some money. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, we're gonna get whatever they want. So I show this couple. I meet this couple. I got the lead from Zillow. Okay. So of course, gotta love Zillow. Got the lead from Zillow. I met this couple. They were great. And I, asked them what they were looking for. So we looked at a house, and it wasn't for them. So I'm like, all right, well, let's go, look at some more houses. They took me all over Alpharetta and Milton.
Wow.
I think I must have showed them like 30 homes.
Really?
And then when they were getting ready to, make a decision on a house, like, they're buyers, okay? They're not sellers. They were asking me how much I was going to give them off of my commission. Yeah, so
really?
It's the sellers that pay my commission.
So they want a little kickback.
They want a little kickback. So, they were trying to play me off of another real estate agent.
Yeah,
and I was like, well, I can give you maybe $1,000 back, but I mean, I got to pay my broker. I got to pay Zillow. Right. By the end of the day, I don't really have any money left. And I'm here negotiating this deal for you.
Yeah.
Making sure that you're getting the best deal, and you're asking me about my commission, so it was just kind of, and then I never heard from him again.
Wow.
But it was funny. I was just telling my friend that I had a husband and wife that I met last night. And I still don't even know what to do with this, okay? So I had a husband and wife that I met last night. They had 2 little kids, super sweet. And so the husband's coming from work. The wife is coming from picking up the kids.
Okay.
He rolls up in a Mercedes, sharp-looking suit, handsome man. He was good-looking dude. Like, he had his, he had his shit together.
Yeah, right.
So the wife, like, she was an attractive woman, but she was like a stay-at-home mom. So she was wearing, like, just regular clothes or whatever. So when you're dealing with a husband and wife, okay, especially being a female, you give all of your attention to the wife,
right.
Okay? You do not talk to the husband, okay? Because the wife is the one that makes the decisions. So I'm talking to the wife, making sure everything's good. We're going around the house. So, I want to make sure that I'm getting exactly what they want.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm asking them questions. What kind of house you looking for? What do you want for your kids? I'm asking about their kids. So anyways, I get all this information, and they're like, well, this house isn't for us. I was like, okay, no problem. We can find you something else. Yeah. So he was like, well, let me put you in a 3-way text with my wife. I'm like, okay, cool. So put me in a 3-way text with your wife, and then we'll figure out, like, we can all communicate together. So I messaged him this morning, and I was like, hey, I'm just, asking for your wife's information, so I can send her some properties. Didn't hear from him all day, and I get a text message back from him later on tonight. Okay. And he was like, so, unfortunately, Erika, we're gonna have to go with a different real estate agent. I'm really sorry. And I'm like, oh no. And he's like, my wife caught me looking at you, and like, so we're gonna have to go with another real estate agent.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, what do I say to this?
Well, it's not really much you can say.
No, there's not.
Wow, that's interesting.
That's the kind of things you got to deal with.
That's something that, I don't think, well, maybe not, I don't know, but I would have never thought about that part of it.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, that's interesting. So let me ask you this question. Is there a certain amount of houses you should show a person before you decide they're not really looking for a house, or it's just an endless number?
So basically, I will show anybody a house one time, and if they want to work with me, it's like a marriage. Like, they got to make that commitment.
Right.
So, I either ask them for a pre-approval letter, or I ask them, like, hey, do you have proof of funds? Are you a cash buyer? Are you going through a lender? So I ask them to, make me some sort of a commitment, like by sending me their information. Okay. So, after that, then I will go and show them more. But if I'm showing them a ton of houses, then I'm not getting exactly what they want. I shouldn't be showing somebody 20 houses. Like, this was my first client that I had dealt with. I didn't know I shouldn't show them that many houses. So I'm running around all of Alpharetta and Milton. But yeah, so, if you're doing your job right as a real estate agent, you're going to pinpoint what your client needs and what your buyer needs.
Identify the homes, and
basically find what's best suited for them. But if they're looking through, going through like 10, 15, 20 homes, then they don't know what they want, or they haven't pinpointed exactly what they wanted.
Gotcha. And so now, Alexa, you just started doing this. You said since January.
Since January, yeah.
Okay, cool. So how long before you consider yourself, I got this thing. I know the ins and outs, the tricks of the trade.
Okay. I mean, I'm on a roll right now. I have 2 deals in the pipeline right now, so I'm under contract for 2. I'm going to be listing one next week, so I feel like I'm just starting to kind of get the role going.
Gotcha.
You know, so once you get that contract, you are like on top of the world. You know, so it's good. It's good.
Good. Now listen, can you spot a scammer?
No. You know, I mean, you can ask questions, but like, you mean like visually? Can you spot a scammer?
Well, you know, maybe through paperwork or through like you said, the conversation, the questions.
Yeah. So I mean, it's definitely difficult, and we actually did have a notice go out to a bunch of real estate agents at my brokerage saying that there was this guy that was going around pretending to be in the music industry, and he was showing like proof of funds. He was showing, you know, that he had all this money and that he wanted to buy property, and he was getting real estate agents to take him around the city and to high-priced homes. And he was basically, I don't know what he was trying to do, but he was spending all of his time in these nice homes, and so we had this alert come up, and I kind of glanced at it a little bit, and you know, but it was just kind of looking out for, you know, if they're not going to give you their driver's license, or if they're not going to give you, you know, their address, or like their date of birth, or something like that, you know. So you want to kind of get some sort of information from them to know if they're a scammer or not.
And you said the notice went out. Are there concerns when it comes to that? You know, being a female, an attractive female, you know, taking a guy out to look at homes. Is there ever a concern, you know, going into these homes alone?
I mean, there definitely is, for sure. You know, a lot of some women that I know carry. They're strapped. You know, I have pepper spray, but I don't carry pepper spray. But I mean, I box. I'm not worried.
That's right. You own the gym, so I know you.
I'm not worried.
That's what's up.
You know, and you can just feel somebody's vibe too. Like if you're kind of a little bit sketched out, but I never really go show homes in the evening. Like it's always during the daytime.
Gotcha.
But yeah, and you can just kind of, like, I don't know about me, but I can pick up on somebody's energy if it's somebody that I'm okay with being in a home with. But we have a lot of safety features available to us. Like, you know, there's an app on our phone that we can use that will allow to alert somebody if we are, you know, showing a house, and then when we're done showing the house, we need to say that we're done, so that way somebody on the other end knows that we're safe. So there's lots of safety features. Yeah.
That's what's up. Well, this is good, Erika. I certainly appreciate you sitting down and talking about the tricks of the trade, and sharing your expertise.
Well, it's not much, but I mean, I'm learning every day.
But that's good, though. That's really good. So if people want to find out more about Erika French, where do they go, and more about, you know, your agency?
So my Instagram is Erika Sells Georgia, because I'm all over. I'm on Facebook as well, Erika French, and they can also check me out at Joe Stockdale as well. So yeah, you can find me.
That's what's up. Well, I appreciate you.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you.
It's your man G-Wade holding it down. G-Wade Podcast. Simply Connect ATL right here at the lovely A-Loft Hotel. Y'all know what it is.